Okay, I'm not sure what we want to talk about. Uh, what are, we got some, oh, special effects. What's this? Oh, I didn't know I could do that. I can put in a green screen? Well, that's pretty cool. I did not know I can do that. Well, I learned something just now. I can actually set in my pictures. Well, isn't that special? Well, I wonder why I can't set the picture in before I actually go live. Which that would make more sense to me to set the image in before I go live. Okay, let's see if we have any. No, we don't have any chats yet or anything like that. When I say chats, I mean I just wanted to see if I get any viewers or anyone watching. It's been a while since I've done a live, and I just wanted to see if I get any views, anybody watching. But I know it takes a little bit sometimes for the feed to stream out. I mean, I know it doesn't happen in just 2 minutes. You know, you would think that it would be, but it's not, doesn't work that way. And that's what everybody's always said is like, well, we got to give it a few minutes for the feed to reach people. Now, the truth of the matter is that people are not just sitting around on their phones and waiting to watch you. They're just not doing that. And people are getting, oh, hello, we've got 4 people watching. Do you guys get my picture here? It's a joke. Do you guys get my picture? My picture is a joke here. I made a video. Hello, Looney. You don't understand my picture? Okay, you know how icebergs calve? It's an iceberg calving is what it is. And that's what my picture is an iceberg calving. Do you get it? You good. I'm glad you get it now. I did have some help though from artificial intelligence in creating this image. So this isn't something that I could create alone. I had to ask artificial intelligence, "You do see me? How do you see me?" You see me. Oh, I'm glad that you see me because there's some who have said that I probably ghosted, but I know there's a few people who see me. Yeah, I thought this was kind of fun too. It's an iceberg calving, so I asked um what I did was I sometimes I have to reword the wording multiple times in order for artificial intelligence to get it, but I think what I said was will you make me an image of a calf as an iceberg, and intelligence understood it the first time. And so it made a calf out of ice, kind of like an ice carving that is floating. It gave me 4 different pictures. This is just one of the 4 pictures that I had posted. And so I thought, well, an iceberg calving. And so why not have fun with this one? So I made calf, an iceberg calf. And so the icebergs calving are, do you know what an iceberg calving though is in real life? What related to the glaciers, Looney? Do you know what that is? Are you still here? You know when they turn? They really, I'm surprised they just don't call it turning, icebergs turning, because that's what they're doing is they break off. So when an iceberg breaks off from the main iceberg of the glacier sheets, um, then it can float for a while in one direction. Sometimes it gets top heavy and then it turns. So it's kind of like a ice cube in your drink. So if you have a ice cube in your glass, and eventually it might turn over because it got top heavy. This is kind of a joke. The iceberg calving. So I get served a lot of videos that are like on the grand scale of Earth. And icebergs are one of them. People love to watch the glaciers. You know, it's my understanding that those are very popular videos. The glaciers. So the folks who are able to go take video and pictures of glaciers, they have some really fascinating footage of the giant glaciers and the things that happen and take place with them. It's scary sometimes because of the fact that, from what I remember, and some of the videos I have seen dozens of times, it seems like I have seen them a lot over the past 5 to 8 years. And they're scary because when the glaciers turn, then they create a tsunami. Is anybody still here? I know there's one person still here. Are you a chatting person? Or a watching? Maybe you're a watching person. We're having a discussion about calving icebergs. Unless you have something else you'd like to talk about, you can ask questions. If you'd like to ask questions, I thought there was a place where I could. No, I guess not. I thought there was a place where I could ask a question, but I don't know. I guess not. Maybe that was just temporary, and YouTube took it away. Oh no, I did highlight. That's when it saves a highlight. I always press that and then it saves a little tiny highlight clip to my channel, and not that I'm going to use it for anything. It just saves a little highlight. But I already made a video of my calving video yesterday. I just wanted to see if I would get views from a live stream. And I did get a tiny bit. Does anyone have any questions? No questions. It's interesting. I hear and I see the same thing over and over again, and Sometimes it's like women, some are so mean to women. And it's like, oh, are you getting the influencing views that you're seeking? Are you getting the attention that you're seeking? I mean, so, um, Looney, Lexi. Ooh. Any questions, anyone? No questions? Any questions? Hello? I know there's one person here. I see one person. I get it. I understand why we don't have any engagement right now. I totally get it. With all this stuff that's going on, and I just thought I'd ask. It's kind of interesting to think that everybody is understanding this collective matrix thing that has gone on through the internet, and to hear people have so many similar views. And I'm talking about people in the United States. Foreign country people can't understand a word that they say. Oh, I was just realizing something too, that we just don't hear anything at all from a lot of countries. Now, why is that? Why is it there's just some countries we hear things from, but not all of them? Um, and which I'm finding that kind of fascinating when I think about it right now. That some countries are getting a lot of attention and they're on the internet. One in particular, but the rest of them just seem non-existent for the most part, which I find really fascinating. Does anyone else find that fascinating? Like, why? You came back, Lexi. You came back. Good. Okay, did you have to leave for a minute? I'm glad you came back. Okay, where did you go? Where did you go, Lexi? Oh, you had to you had to shower. Okay. Well, this next question I have begs to be asked. Are you a real attorney or a fake attorney? So, like, are you a fake attorney, internet attorney, or an actual, real attorney? Because attorneys are the only ones who take showers. I mean, I think they're the only ones who do make shower commercials. You're a real attorney? You, you are not a real attorney. You're Oh my goodness, did Google actually do this? Yeah, and they allowed artificial intelligence to say that it's a real attorney. Google is not doing this, but I think they are. That they have deployed artificial intelligence, conversation AI. They used to actually have that. Google had something called conversation AI. What was this? Maybe about 8 years ago or so. They literally had something called conversation AI. And, but now that I know how smart artificial intelligence is, it's a lot smarter than I realized. What related to the interactive nature of the voice phone calls. And, what was, I have to tell you this. I submitted my taxes yesterday. And just from scanning, artificial intelligence artificial intelligence took and placed everything where it needed to go, and then to tell me that I'm no tax liability. That's the conclusion that happened, was that because artificial intelligence through the tax preparation place that I chose would not submit my taxes because it said that I am not getting anything back from anywhere. I'm not eligible for any money back, so which meant that I don't owe anything. And so that's what it was telling me, is that I have a very low uh for what I report to the government, so it's not enough to um plus it's 1099, which means that they got rid of the 1099 area, I think, for 2024. You're a real attorney. You're a real attorney. How would we even know what a real attorney is on the internet? We don't have any way to know, and you don't have any way to prove it, and I don't have any way to prove it either. You had to go shower. The sad part is that people picked up on that stuff, and then they're doing the same thing too that everybody else is. And then the ones from other countries, they're doing the same thing. I'm just glad I got rid of the spam callers. Oh my gosh, that was a nightmare. That was such a big nightmare. Never in my life, spam needs to be banned. Oh, you don't know what you are now? Lexi? You don't know what you are. Yeah. No, you don't know what you are. You are someone of very few words, that's for sure. That's for sure. You're someone of very, very few words. Have you ever thought about this? Like back in the day when the internet first came out, people were meeting each other, and nothing too serious was happening at the time. But I think at the same time, maybe there was some things that could have been happening to other people that I didn't even think about myself, and that I didn't think about. I just plain didn't think about, related to predatory behavior, which, both men and women will bring light to predatory behavior when it takes place. And it's like, now we've come such a long direction. And I've even said myself, it's that, well, yeah, it starts off innocent, but there's just a lot of things that, that are bad practices, but we don't think of as being bad practices. I've said, the pornography websites are a bad practice. They have no place under the First Amendment as far as I'm concerned, even though they do right now. They exist. For me, pornography has no place under the First Amendment. That's just my opinion. And I'm fine with people disagreeing with me, but I don't agree with it. I don't agree with men exposing themselves out in public, um, to a grown adult or anybody. That I would think that would be, and now I get that there's some jobs where that has to go along with their job, such as medical. And I mean, yeah, I sometimes forget about that with medical, and then yeah, for first responders and police and stuff like that. That they are going to be exposed to the nude human body, I guess. I don't know how else. That's the nicest way I can think of to word it. So I wish there was a way that I could allow. I, I I don't even have anybody I know I could chat with. I know that I can send an invite with a link if I knew someone and they wanted to be on my live stream and we were having a conversation. We could actually do it. I just don't have anybody that I know who would be on the live stream with me. And they could make themselves completely anonymous too by just reversing the lens, and or even I think they might be able to set in an image too, which I didn't even know I could set in an image until I started doing the live stream. I thought, well, that's kind of fun that I can put in an image now, or I can put in a green screen. As I was looking to try to be able to do that before I actually went live, but I wasn't able to put the image in until I went live. So sometimes YouTube and Google do some things kind of peculiar, even though I know that they exist, or that you can do them. I mean, TikTok, of all places, they have some really decent software as far as that goes with the website. And they have some fun tools, which I guess I see why people use it. But people are frustrated though, because they it's just influencing. It's just influencing. It's like, I know myself, I never wanted to be an influencer. I never considered myself an influencer. I was a teacher of a skill. I had a skill specifically in crafting that I was teaching. I never ever wanted to be an influencer. I just wanted to do that craft, but the niche ended, and so I'm thinking I don't know if it's ending for everybody. I have absolutely no idea. But I know that there's a slowdown, and I called it obstruction, but I guess it's the government is doing it now. The government, without a doubt, the government has admitted they're doing it, and they've been involved with slowing down the internet. Um, and I think that has something to do with the immigration related to people coming into the United States, which there's a lot of things that come out related to, this is something that has come up for me recently, because um, how do you teach migrants who are working and they barely speak English, but they want their job? How do you teach them about sexual harassment in the workplace? When you don't have someone who's a translator, and it's next to impossible to talk to them. So that's actually happening, where there's American people and there's no translators, and it's very hard to communicate, or so things get mixed up in the communications from an American English worker to the migrants, and then they misunderstand and they misinterpret things, or they just don't even care and they don't want to take the time to learn and understand it, and they do it their way anyway. How do you address that issue related to sexual harassment in the workplace? And I was reading a little thing it was from AI earlier. Your mom just left for work. Okay. Your mom just left for work. Well, I hope you're over 18. I hope you're over 18. Oh, okay, good, good. I mean, the thing is that they are making laws now to protect children on the internet more. It's my understanding they are creating a law where it's a felony for people who share adult images. Um, no, there's others here to watch me. Okay, good. That's good. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about that's the thing that I question. I always say that maybe I shouldn't, but the thing is, it's like, I absolutely do not approve of adults exploiting children. Children are vulnerable. It's like, I've made light of it, and said our society cares more about kids, but the thing is, kids need to be taken care of. They're vulnerable, and I've raised a lot of issues. I love the internet, but I've raised it first about children, you know, being exploited and taken advantage of. I've said that um, the internet has created and manifested and is fostering an environment for human trafficking and exploitation, where a man who is a pimp can actually be anonymous. He can be completely anonymous. I don't approve of that. I don't approve of any of this. I don't approve of any of this. It's human trafficking, and it fosters a culture for human trafficking. I don't approve of it at all. Um, and with the Cash App and everything, and the money, how money is exchanged, and okay, this is how this is how I have envisioned is, okay, so we've had these frauds take place from other countries. So you could have a man who is a pimp from another country who is setting up Johns to go meet women in hotels in the United States. And so he is collecting the money, and so he tells these women in the United States that he's going to pay them, and then he could just be stiffing them from any money whatsoever. I mean, so it's kind of like let's think of it as like a ride sharing service. The ride sharing services, which say that they'll pay you the money what you've done the job. Oh, it's kind of similar to rover.com too. Um, yeah, rover.com, where they hold the money. So they'll have kind of like a tag or flag on your account. They know that you've got the money in there. They know you're good for the money. Uh, but they don't actually pay it until the service is performed. And so imagine that. You could just call it a business expense. Oh, you were in Arizona? Oh, Arizona. What part of Arizona are you in? Phoenix, by any chance? Oh. Oh, Bullhead City. Oh, that's kind of a cute name, Bullhead City. Bullhead City, Arizona. Have you ever caught any bullheads? That's kind of a favorite word, sometimes talking about people they call them bullheaded. You've never caught a bullhead fish? Have you ever gone fishing? Have you ever gone fishing? What's your favorite fish to catch? I mean, what your favorite fish or the largest fish you've ever caught? Any fish. Okay, you're not sure what the fish is. Well, I think the biggest fish I ever caught was a 5-pound walleye. And 5 pounds is actually kind of small. But when you've got those fish on a fishing pole and they're in the water and they're using their fins to try to get away, it feels like you've got a 20-pound or 50-pound fish on your line. I mean, fish are really, really strong. And when they want to get away, fish seem to be very, very powerful. Oh, I just keep hoping that there's going to be a solution for everything. Because right now, it's like being stuck in this time warp and in this loop is not fun at all. And not getting help for things. I keep hearing it's supposed to be over soon. Um, because there was I don't know, they called it a big investigation related to the internet. And so if they've learned anything, I have to wonder if they've learned anything, the FBI, because, I mean, do you know, Lexi, that the FBI has been on the internet, and which I think they were always on the internet, maybe to some degrees, but maybe not as much as what they have been in the past few years, because I know they're investigating foreign election interference. Um, did you know did you know that? Do you know what foreign election interference is? Do you know what that is? Okay, that is where that's where uh pay people to they pay people from other countries to promote American elections and material for uh sometimes it's propaganda, and it which means in rhetoric, and which means it's just basically not true. It's just something they come up with that they want the American public to hear about over and over again and read and hear over and over again. And it's just the same thing over and over again. And so they pay people from foreign countries to read from little script cards and to make videos about it and to share it on social media. So the people from foreign countries, someone has been paying them to repeat words, because with the internet, um, digital data collection is how trends are made, which means that, if someone repeats a word over and over again, so I mean, this is something I learned at the beginning of YouTube when they kept saying subscribe, subscribe to my channel, which YouTube actually has asked content creators to stop doing that. Well, they said the actual content creator who owns the channel can ask people to subscribe, but they've also said that they don't want people in the live streams asking others to subscribe to them, because then that just comes up as the word subscribe over and over, and then it's like inflating the word subscribe. So when I was first on YouTube, there was this YouTube channel called Subscribe, and it had no videos at all, zero videos, and it had like 500,000 subscribers. Well, people were just subscribing to the channel Subscribe because of the fact that it was popular, and YouTube was telling that's what their advice to us was from the Google employees. They were like, well, ask your audience to subscribe to you and maybe they will. And sure enough, they did. They listened to us. But then I thought, well, wait a minute. This is kind of rigged a little bit, so it's like the channel Subscribe had more subscribers than what I had. I was teaching content, but yet the channel Subscribe had no videos. It wasn't making any content at all. It was just a channel, and it just had a bunch of subscribers, and that was it. Well, then it seemed to me what happened is people who had these specialty, very popular YouTube type words and channels then would use that subscriber base, and then um they started selling their channels in a roundabout sort of way through a back door, in marketing to get to promote content, so I mean, this is the internet, and there's a lot of things that people can do. So for example, like YouTube has told us, well, we can't sell our YouTube channels, but they said we can sell the assets, we can sell our videos. So for example, like my channel, if someone wanted to pay me $1 million, I could sell them my video assets, but I couldn't actually sell my channel. Now, what I would have to do is give them the password to my YouTube channel. So once they gave me the $1 million, so if they saw value in my channel, um, they would give me the $1 million, and then I would give them the password and username to my YouTube channel, and then they would have my channel. So that's what they were seeking, is search engine optimization placement. And so that's what a lot of marketers were looking for and looking at was a long-standing placement with search engine optimization on the internet and the networking and connections. And so from the beginning of YouTube, a lot of us in at the beginning who were pioneers, we had established some really good links. Now, link building and link dropping right now is, I think it's toast. I'm pretty sure it's toast right now because in shorts videos we can't do any, uh, the links are not live. So Google has nixed the links for right now. I don't know if they'll bring them back ever again, but links inside of the video descriptions and the comments are not being utilized in the shorts. They still are in the legacy videos, such as the legacy, and I say legacy as in legacy videos of, oh, what are the horizontal videos. So I think what's happening is Google is moving to a new platform, maybe not a new platform. I want to say a new. I think that it might have something to do with shorts, but it's moving into the. Well, everybody's doing portrait. They're using their cell phones to make content. We really don't need all that fancy equipment. And I had said that years ago myself. I said, gosh, it really seems like a waste. I shouldn't have called it a waste, but I do. I do call it a waste. Um, a, a waste spending a lot of money. Now, for me, spending a lot of money was spending $1,000 on a camera. You subscribed. Thank you. I'm so glad you subscribed. Thank you, Lexi. Because I do a variety of things, and I try to do things that different people like. What kind of things do you like to? Hey, if you have some friends, ask your friends to subscribe too. I think that would be great to. I would love to have over 1 million subscribers, and I'd love to have my channel monetized again and be earning revenue again. I don't know if it will ever happen again. As far as I know with Google, I am still. You want to have your channel monetized too? Well, hopefully we can do it together because I know Google and YouTube cannot be making much revenue this way. There is absolutely, I mean, they have to be taking a great big hit right now. That's what I'm thinking is the way they're doing things right now, they've got to be taking a great big hit. Well, either you I can see how they would be collecting a lot of advertising money from advertisers, but then the advertisers, um, their brands are not reaching as far as what they could reach. It's like when we get just a carousel, sometimes in shorts, I've noticed I get served up the same thing on the same carousel over and over again. Even when I make something new, like my calf that came up, so I get the Titanic a lot. I get a little short of the Titanic, and then the Sound of Silence, the man that sings it with Disturbed, and then Richard Marx, I'll Be Right Here Waiting for You. And it's like I get the same thing over and over and over. And it's like, oh my gosh, I want to scream. And but I can't I'm not sure how to get into the lives with shorts. Um I have to scroll. I have to scroll through a bunch of shorts before I reach the lives with shorts. And so, but, and then we're told to go get real jobs, and it's like, well, where are the jobs? They don't exist. Then we don't have help. And we have I mean, we have a lot of people who don't have insurance. In the United States, we have a lot of people who don't have insurance. So what kind of things do you like to talk about, Lexi? What are your interests? Drawing. Oh, drawing. Yeah. Video games, drawing video games. Eating. Actually, I've been playing do you ever play any of the Google Playables? Or they're the YouTube Playables. Oh my gosh. If you get a chance, go look at the YouTube Playables. They have some free games right on YouTube. And I spend a lot of time playing the Playables that YouTube has. And one of my favorite right now is Tropical Island Merge. And Tropical Island Merge on YouTube, uh, it's a lot. Oh gosh, they have a bunch that are, they have word games on there. You can play word games. They have a parking lot game that's a lot of fun. I figured out how to reset the game because and they're completely different. So if you play it differently, then you get a different outcome. And so, but they've got like a car driving game where you go up and down hills and you try not to turn your car upside down or you have to start over again from where you started at. And I mean, so there, it's just a lot of fun. Some of the games that they have. Um, they have one game where you can shoot down the bricks, and you have so many tries to get them to fall. Which I can't remember what that one is called. That one's a lot of fun, but I think that's a new one. And then they have like a restaurant game, and then My Perfect Hotel. And so all you do is collect money in those games. So My Perfect Hotel, once you reach, I think it's level 8, then you're done. But you just keep collecting money after that. So there's nothing further, there's no further hotel being built or anything like that. And then they have like a farm type game where you can do little farming and you can grow your oh uh you max out your barns is what you do. You max out your barns with crops. Um what time is it? Hang on a second. Let me see what time it is. It is 6:30, 6:55 right now. So what time is it where you are? It should be about 4:55 maybe? Oh, 3:55. So you're on California time? So you must be California time then. Yeah, you would be California time. Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure if all of Arizona is, I don't know if all of Arizona is it is Central Time or part of it is Mountain Time. I don't know where the date line crosses between a lot of them. I know some states will have they will have the time zone in the middle of the state, which that's probably kind of funny for the governor, I would imagine, if they do have a time zone right through the middle of the state and not on the edge of the border. But I think that does happen. What? Oh, you have to go? Oh, okay. Well, it's nice chatting with you. Yeah, I'm going to have to go too because I've probably been on here long enough and other people want to get on YouTube, and so I'll get off and stop chatting so I don't use up too much of their bandwidth. So nice chatting with you, and we'll see you the next time. All right, bye-bye.